In the golden light of dawn, across the rolling pastures of Atlantic Canada, a conversation has been taking place for millennia, one that we are only now beginning to understand. Beneath the rhythm of hoofbeats and the rustle of hay lies a sophisticated language of moos, murmurs, and calls. Each vocalization carries meaning: a mother's gentle lowing to her calf, a sharp cry of distress, the anticipatory calls before feeding time. Today, artificial intelligence is helping us decode this ancient bovine dialogue, transforming our understanding of animal welfare and precision agriculture. To capture these subtle conversations, our MooAnalytica team at Dalhousie University deployed an array of precision instruments across a dozen Canadian dairy farms. Sennheiser shotgun microphones, renowned for their clarity, paired with 32-bit float zoom f6 recorders that never miss a whisper. The rugged Rode NTG2 microphones stood sentinel at feeding stations, while weather-sealed bioacoustic recorders maintained their vigil in open yards, always listening, always recording. Over a few hundred hours of continuous recording, several thousand audio files, nearly half a dozen terabytes of raw sound captured from feeding lanes to milking parlors, from drinking troughs to quiet resting areas. Each farm became a carefully orchestrated symphony of sensors. Farm 1, with its concrete stalls and metal gates, where Sennheiser microphones captured the intimate conversations between mothers and calves during the 6.97 hours of drinking zone recordings. Farm 2, where the longest feeding sessions unfolded, 8.32 hours of acoustic data revealing the complex social hierarchies as cows negotiated access to fresh silage. Farm 3, where the milking parlor's mechanical hum provided the backdrop for 8.33 hours of recordings, documenting how cows modulate their calls in response to the daily rhythm of modern dairy farming. Not all moos are created equal. Our analysis revealed multiple distinct vocal categories, each carrying its own emotional signature. The gentle maternal contact calls, low-frequency murmurs between 120 and 280 hertz, lasting up to 2.5 seconds. These are the sounds of bonding, of reassurance, of contentment. Contrast these with distress calls, sharp, urgent vocalizations ranging from 600 to 1200 hertz, often exceeding 3 seconds in duration. These are the sounds of pain, fear, or separation, calls that demand immediate attention. Then there are the anticipation calls, the rising pitch excitement before feeding, the water-seeking calls of thirsty cattle, and the subtle greeting exchanges that maintain herd social bonds. Raw farm audio is far from pristine. Tractor engines drone, ventilation fans hum, rain drums on metal roofs, creating an acoustic chaos that would overwhelm any human listener. Here, artificial intelligence becomes our translator. Advanced pre-processing pipelines strip away the 50 Hz electrical hum with precise bandstop filtering. Adaptive algorithms learn to subtract the constant background noise of machinery and weather. The purified signals are then transformed into vivid spectrograms, sound made visible. Mel-frequency cepstral coefficients capture the unique timbre of each call, while sophisticated feature extraction algorithms measure amplitude, duration, and frequency modulation. Convolutional neural networks scan these acoustic landscapes like digital ears, learning to recognize patterns invisible to human perception. Long short-term memory networks track the temporal evolution of calls, understanding not just what was said, but how the conversation unfolds over time. Our breakthrough came with the integration of large language models, artificial minds trained on vast data sets that can now interpret the meaning behind each moo. In few-shot learning trials, these systems achieved over 93% accuracy in classifying bovine emotional states from audio alone. But the real innovation lies in multimodal fusion. By combining acoustic data with movement sensors, video analysis, and environmental monitoring, we create a comprehensive picture of each animal's condition. The numbers tell a remarkable story. Statistical analysis reveals that forage type dramatically influences vocal behavior, with F values reaching 998.25, indicating that cows genuinely adjust their chewing and calling patterns based on what they eat. When comparing tall versus short forage, the effects become even more pronounced. Zero crossings, a measure of vocal complexity, show F values of 1798.41, while duration measurements peak at an extraordinary 3623.01. These aren't just numbers, they represent the biological reality that every cow is an individual, responding uniquely to her environment, her food, and her social context. The true test comes not in the laboratory, but in the working barn. Compact mobile net architectures running on Raspberry Pi devices now monitor herds 24/7 with sub-second latency. These edge AI systems achieved an impressive 0.93 area under the ROC curve for real-time call detection, proving that sophisticated analysis can happen right at the farm level, without cloud connectivity or massive computing resources. When a cow exhibits signs of heat stress, detected through rising pitch calls combined with pacing behavior and elevated temperature-humidity index, the system instantly alerts farmers with specific, actionable recommendations. But accuracy alone isn't enough. Farmers need to understand why the system raises an alert. Our hybrid explainable acoustic multimodal approach, HEAM, combines deep learning's pattern recognition with transparent decision trees. When cow 108 is flagged for heat stress, the system doesn't just sound an alarm. It explains, pitch elevated to 640 Hz, above the 550 Hz threshold, call frequency 8 per minute. Accelerometer shows pacing behavior, temperature humidity index 78 degrees. Recommendation: activate cooling fans and monitor for 15 minutes. This transparency builds trust, ensuring that advanced AI becomes a partner in animal care rather than a mysterious black box. This technology aligns perfectly with global sustainability goals. Zero hunger, achieved through optimized feeding and early health detection. Good health and well-being for both animals and the farmers who care for them. Decent work as AI handles routine monitoring, freeing humans for higher-value animal husbandry. European regulators now draft frameworks requiring continuous, validated welfare monitoring. Our open, auditable systems meet these emerging standards while providing the transparency that modern consumers demand. But the vision extends far beyond cattle. The same principles that decode bovine distress could interpret pig squeals, goat bleats, or chicken calls, creating a universal translator for animal welfare. As we stand at the threshold of this new era, we're reminded that we're not creating artificial communication. We're learning to listen to conversations that have always been there. Every mother's lowing to her calf carries the weight of millions of years of evolution. Every distress call represents an opportunity for compassion. Every contented murmur during rumination speaks to the success of our shared stewardship. The barn has always been filled with voices. Now, for the first time in human history, we're learning their language. From the sophisticated pre-processing pipelines that clean raw audio, to the neural networks that learn temporal patterns, to the explainable AI systems that build farmer trust, each component serves a single goal: giving voice to the voiceless. In research facilities and working farms across Atlantic Canada and beyond, the future of animal agriculture is being written not in code, but in compassion. Not in algorithms, but in understanding. The cows have always been talking. We're finally learning to listen. And in that listening, we discover not just better farming, but a deeper connection to the remarkable animals in our care.